This is number 13 of our discussion starters, and we're in James chapter 5, verses 7 through 12, where James says, "Be patient then, my brothers, until the Lord's coming. See how the farmer waits for the land to yield its valuable crop, and how patient he is for the autumn and spring rains. You too be patient and stand firm, because the Lord's coming is near. Don't be grumbling against each other, brothers, or you will be judged. The judge is standing at the door." James is preparing that early church for the fact that Jesus hasn't come yet. They expected him very soon. And he was concerned that that baby church would be patient enough to wait for the Lord. I stand out here in the field and the farm boy comes back to me thinking of all that the farmers do to get their crops. And James talks to the church about being like a farmer, patient until the Lord's coming. Farmers invest in the land. They invest in fertilizer, those things before they ever plant. They invest in the machinery to do the planting, including GPS tracking, like this field is planted with. I still remember on the farm when Dad had a piece of rebar on the front of the 4010, and that's what we used to line up our rows for planting. They invest in the seed itself, and they invest the time in waiting for the harvest. In the meantime, the rains can come or not. The winds can come. Weather can damage a field as much as anything else. And then the time of harvest can be interrupted by rain or storm, and even the harvest is difficult. I think what James is coming at in being patient like a farmer was the fact like a farmer waits from the time of the planting until harvest for the outcome. And likely it was still in his mind that there was 400 years from the time the prophets fell silent in the Old Testament till the time that Jesus came and was born in Bethlehem and ministered in Palestine. 400 years. 400 years of silence. And I wonder if in one way or another James expected that same thing to happen again. This last Saturday was Pentecost Day. 1987 years from the day that the group that were assembled in the upper room came down and spoke the gospel message in many languages so people understood it. 1987 years. We're only 13 years from the time where it will be 2,000 years from that day. And I think James's message is still important, that we be patient for the time of the Lord's coming. But the other piece about it that he points out is that we're ready. That we're ready, that we're in just the same condition of waiting as when we first received Jesus Christ as Lord. We're not grumbling against each other. We're not causing fights. We're waiting. And we take the suffering that's coming to us as part of the bigger picture. God has a tremendous plan to bring his people to salvation, and we get to be part of it. We get to be part of it. So in this time of patiently waiting, let's be like the farmers who continue to invest in the crop, in the future, in the harvest that is still out there to come. How patient are you for the Lord's coming again? How invested are you for that time? of his return. Think about it.